Right, another day. Another day. Right, so you've got I've ironed the first one. Now I've done the second one, and you must make sure, because when you cut these out, sometimes you could, like I put 17, I've been able to get it in the middle, but that's not always possible to get that in the middle. Oh, I've forgot I haven't trimmed this one out, so I'll have to do that. Okay, so is that one? Okay, let me just try and find one. Okay, so this one. So like, well, I could have put 20 there actually and taken that off. I might do that. Things like that. It's, where is it? 24. So like this, you wouldn't know which way that goes, up or down, basically. And I've got 24 here, and I've got no space in here to put 24. So you have to leave that 24 there. But it's you could have put it up. I did originally have it up here. So what you have to make sure you do is when you actually oh, something's happening. Somebody's downstairs. So when you put them together, I've checked with my previous one, as I was doing it, that this edge goes with that lot, the first lot. So now I must check that every single one of these on this edge, as I'm doing this, is going to match on this way, because it sometimes it can look like it's round the wrong way, especially when you've got this sort of thing, lots of snow, because it's hard to tell. So you have to be absolutely right that matches. So that really is a point, because you could sew them half of those up and then the branches wouldn't match. They would be coming out the other way, or the snow actually doesn't connect with each other and things like that. So just take your time when you do that. So the first lot actually went down quite quickly and matched quite quickly. But this lot, I'm finding I'm having to, the third row, I'm finding I'm having to really have a look and make sure that that is going to go clearly. The deer is going down. So on this side, on here, it is a little bit odd because, well, it feels a bit odd, but you can see this part of this semicircle here. So we're not attaching the tree on this time. We're attaching that circle to that circle, if you like. Up there, and we're attaching that circle, and to go down. I really did have to look at that. I thought to myself, well, that tree doesn't attach to that tree. It's I've got it round the wrong way, and I did have it round the wrong way. So that's what I'm trying to say. Just be careful on the, like I say, the second row seems to go really well, but the next row, just think about it a little bit more. And now you're going to put each section together, and making sure you've got your branches line up with those branches. You're working blind now, so you've got to sort of like just open this up a little bit as you go along. Catch the first branch, make sure you get that in the right position, and then just use your fingers, keep on opening it up with your fingers to just see underneath. Otherwise you're just going to sew, you don't match those seams. If you match the seams, it probably will be wrong, because there's a certain amount of, sometimes she's come over the stitches a little bit, like here. You can't see, that's my stitch, but it runs here. You can just see the stitch running through, and you've got a little bit over. So you need to match it on the stitch, not the little bit that's over. And then you can just wiggle it down, and then you can pull it a little bit, trying to get it to that seam to make sure the seams, seams are correct, because it has still got a little bit of give in it. So you still have a little bit of fudging that you can do to get it. And look, it's sewing. you know, if it's not 100% matched, if the seams don't match 100%, but the picture looks great, who cares? You know, who cares? I mean, if you want to quilt it, which this is actually a quilted thing, they say do it in the seam. You don't have to do it in the seam. You could quilt it with a nice jingle bell design all over it. And then it doesn't matter. This is why the seams don't matter as much, because you can quilt it all over with a lovely design. And so it doesn't matter whether the seams match, but the picture, you need to get it as close as you possibly can. Now, nobody in their right mind, or they shouldn't do, because you need to slap them if they do, come up and try and pick holes in your picture. Now, that is rude. That is really rude. And so you've got a lot of people out there that, you know, are terrified. They can see their faults that we've made, you know, I say faults, you know, mishaps, little mishaps that we've maybe put in something. And we know they're there, but nobody else knows they're there. But if somebody comes out and says, oh, that doesn't match things, I mean, would they do that to a normal picture that you bought? Okay, have a look at this. They wouldn't. You wouldn't go into somebody's, let's see if I can pick holes in that picture. Or let's see if I can pick holes in something, especially if you wear something. The second you tell somebody that you've made it, all of a sudden they want to have a look. Get off! They want to have literally, stop. You wouldn't do that in the shop just because I've made it. Half of it is they don't believe you've made it. And half of it is they want to see if there's any mistakes, or is it as good as it is underneath, or whatever. So, you know, very politely say, stop. You know, just stop. And I'm not showing you that. I've made the picture. It looks beautiful. How you want to finish it, it's up to you. I originally was going to put this behind glass. It's actually turned out a lot bigger than I thought. I don't know what I was thinking. I know I saw the size and everything, so I know the size. But physically, in reality, when I saw it, somebody else made it on Facebook, or was it Facebook? Maybe it was Instagram. Yeah, it was probably Instagram or something. And it didn't look that big, because it was quite a distance away. It didn't look that big, but it's pretty big. It is very, very big. I'm not sure I can get a frame that's big, so I might have to quilt it. I might have to put a backing on it. But still, this is all about actually making this. It's up to you how you want to finish it. Because originally, I was just going to hem it all the way around, or overlock it all the way around, and then frame it. I mean, if I can get a frame big enough, but it's one hell of a picture. One hell of a piece of glass that you're going to have to find. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll see. So that's what I suggest you do. Don't pin it. Just go, use your fingers, pull it back. Because I hate working blind when sewing you're working blind, but you know it's more or less, you're not matching anything normally, and you're doing it right. And if you are matching where you're matching a pattern, then yes, you would pin it, but it's finer. This is thick. This is like using canvas. So it's quite tough to get your needles through both of these. You can only get it through the side, and that's not quite the same as matching it. So let's get on with it, and then I'll show you at the end. Because at the end, it does need to be, it does need to be squared up, but I'm going to leave the squaring up because I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it at this stage. And I need to get on with other things. So I think I might just leave it, do something else, and then come back, and that'll give me time to think about how I want to finish it rather than rushing it through.